check.
Esau just walking around aimlessly. You see how he just walked by there, he just turned around and walked back there.
Yeah, walked out to the very end.
Fucking zombies, man.
Came back. Ain't got nothing else better to do on a cold day.
Yeah, fucking zombie.
Check, check. Oh, yeah,
No.
all right. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, first off, we want to start off by giving all the glory, infinite praise, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well in this tabernacle of David. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that is out there pushing this truth in all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, giving diligence to make your calling and election sure. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, hey, we are the brothers here of Great Millstone, Savannah. All right, we come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, also to wake up you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans to your true heritage. All right, letting you know that you are the true children of Israel, man, the 12 tribes of Israel, according to the Bible. All right, hey, and you know, this is our first camp in 2026. All right, and 2026 is already starting off with a bang, man. You know, already starting off, you know, which when you look at since 2019, really all the new years have started off with some event. All right, something, you know, some declaration of war or something, you know, some major event every year, you know, which is beautiful, man, because the Lord is speeding up the times. All right, he's like drowning their damn dog over there. Hey, you know, hey, he's you know, basically the prophecies are speaking louder and louder, man. All right, whether these people hear or forbear, all right, whether they understand or whether they know, all right, the Bible is being fulfilled right before their eyes, man. We were talking about before camp how the world is a stage, man. And ultimately the world is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's stage, right? Whether it be to deceive, all right, for deception, right? The Lord speaks about that, how the deceiver and the deceived are his. So if people are being deceived, well, it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua that's doing it. All right, well, it's also a lot of truth going out, man. Okay, and we were reading before camp about how it's getting harder and harder to understand what is truth and what is not, what is a lie. All right, and ultimately that's how the Lord wants it, man. All right, he put out his prophets. All right, he sent his prophets to the highways and byways, ultimately to give warning to the people about what's taking place and what's going on. And whether they hear or forbear, whether they believe, that's on them. Okay, and if they want to believe a lie, well, the Lord is going to give them up to lies. That's why AI technology is being created. It's being perfected, right, to deceive the masses. Okay, and these people are going to be deceived. A lot of them, most of them are going to be deceived, but the elect are not going to be deceived. The scripture speaks about how if it were possible, right, they would deceive the very elect. Okay, but the Lord is not allowing that to take place, man. Bob Kushar, you bring that out? You had something?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra 9 and we'll be at 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou see part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. Number 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Number 3, therefore when there shall see earthquakes and uproars of the people of the world.
Right, and we're seeing that, man. We're seeing the ring of fire over there in the Pacific. There's earthquakes every day, right? I know the brother put it in the chat. Mexico just had a 6.2 earthquake on Friday. You know, so hey, this is, you know, hey, we're seeing the signs of the highest, the most high, come to pass, man. Go ahead. You'll read that again, verse 3.
Therefore, when there shall be Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, Then shalt thou understand that the Most High spake up those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right, and we're seeing the uproars of the people, right, over there in Iran.
Yep.
The economy just collapsed. So the people were in the uproar, man. All right, you had, riots and, all kind of rebellions going on, man. Oh, I know we were talking before camp about Maduro. What's his name?
I think that's
Maduro,
the president of Venezuela.
the Venezuelan president, right? You had a lot of a lot of people were happy that he got captured, right? They were I know over there in Venezuela they took down his statues, right? They were knocking him down, and the Venezuelan people all over the world were celebrating in different countries, okay? But ultimately it goes into the uproars of the people, man. We always bring it out. What's that? Proverbs 21:1. Is it Proverbs 21:1? When the righteous are in rulership, the people rejoice. And ultimately, because of who is ruling, these uproars are becoming more and more apparent. More and more, they're occurring more and more. Let him bring out.
All right. Good, I get it after that piece.
Okay.
Number 5. For like all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Right. All that is in the world have a plain beginning and an ending, right? And we were going into how a seed by when it sprouts. Okay? That's a plain beginning. That's the beginning of something. A seed, a fruit that comes out of a tree, right? It starts with a seed, all right? And it has a plain beginning, right? And then you can see after the tree is withered, when all the leaves fall off a tree, the branches start to fall, that's the ending of a tree. It's plain that this tree it's on its deathbed, right? So everything in the world is like that. When a woman becomes pregnant, there's a sign that she's pregnant, right? Then she has contractions and birth pains, right? And then she brings forth her child. All these things have sign. When you get old, you start being able to walk well. A lot of your stature shrinks. Your stature, it shrinks. That's a plain thing. It's evident that you can see those things. Well, the prophecies are the same way, right? When you look out into the world and you see all the events that are taking place, you must ask yourself, well, didn't the Lord talk about these things? Right? Are these things not mentioned in the scriptures as a sign of what? His return, his coming? Okay? So the Lord is making these things apparent, man.
I got one for you too. I did have the NLT, but I'm gonna get it in the KJV. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Right, and what these people don't understand is that they're being ruled over, okay? The average American person, they don't think they're being ruled over. They don't think they have overlords, but they do, right? There are people that are deciding your policies, right? They're having meetings, they're having summit meetings, right? They're meeting at Davos to decide what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do it, okay? And the people that are in authority right now, they're wicked, okay? And they're causing you people to mourn. They're causing you people not to have a good time. The human condition has declined. The wages, the wage gap is getting larger. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting more poor.
Ooh, I got a precept for that too.
Okay.
Proverbs 29:7. The righteous consider the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not to know it.
Right. See, he don't care. Right. He don't care if your little children, they go hungry. They don't care. They make policies that affect millions upon millions of people, man. Okay. what they're doing with this new digital ID, what they're doing with you know, doing away with money, is they're putting more control rails in, man. You know, they're putting more you know, systems in place to oppress the poor, right? You know, and make your life miserable, man. You know, and these people, you know, they look at us and we're supposed to be the scum of the earth. But what about your rulers? What about the people that are making world policies? Here it is, we're on the ADL list. You know, we're supposed to be a hate group, right? But the people that actually control the ADL, the people who you know, are a part of these banking systems, right? They're not on that list.
Right.
You know, when they charge you 20% interest on your loans, right? When they'll send money over to different countries in America and not forgive your student loans, right? They want to take away your government assistance but send it to Israel. Yep. That's not hate. You know, but us coming out here reading the Bible is considered hatred in this country. You have somebody else come from another country trying to tell you about your constitution. Oh no, your people got too much freedom of speech.
Right.
You got to find a way to tone that down for them.
Right.
Like, who are you?
Right.
Well, that's what's going on in Europe. That's the big dissension between Europe and America.
Yep.
Over there in Europe, they coming down on the people, man. They're taking away their freedoms of speech.
Yep. I got that's right. The guy just said a British guy, social media. He went to jail as soon as he got back to Great Britain because over in America, a friend brought him over to a gun range to shoot a gun. As soon as he flew back over there, because you know people like to put this stuff on Facebook. I guess they saw his Facebook. He got arrested for shooting a gun because he thought he might be up to something.
Wow.
For shooting a gun in America.
Yep.
Canada, they find it weird now they want to ban the Bible in Canada.
Yep.
So if y'all thinking that the famine of the word ain't coming,
Right.
yep. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And make note, you know, like you said, these certain policies, they're coming to America.
Yep.
Right? They're being enforced in these other countries. And for the time being, you know, the powers that be, they're acting like they don't like it, but they want to bring it here.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's not like they're not acting like they don't like it. They just got to find a way
Exactly.
to institute it.
Exactly.
Because they say, well, we could do that, but the problem is that doggone Constitution is in the way.
Yeah,
Right.
and also
Yep.
too, you can't just drop something on these American
Yeah.
people because they're gonna rebel. They're
Yeah.
gonna buck up against
Yeah.
it.
They
So
gotta-
you got to use gradualism
Yep.
to
Yeah.
ease it on
That's
the
right.
Each
That's
one,
right.
as long as they
And-
can find that gray area around that Constitution,
Right.
it's in there.
Well, the thing about America is it was founded upon the weaponry. It was founded upon the sword, right? And there is more swords in America than people.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a certain type of way you got to move here. You can't just throw. Well, in Europe, they got gun control over there. They been had gun control.
Yes. Even
You
their
know?
police department. Some of their police
Right.
departments don't walk around
Don't
with
walk
guns
around with
on
guns.
them.
Hey, even when you go into these elites, when they get up on the stage and they say, "In God I trust,"
Right.
they're saying guns, oil, and drugs.
Right.
They're not talking about the God we talking about.
Right.
No, their God is guns, oil, and drugs.
Right,
Yep.
their belly.
Yep.
You know, which is how they want to control it.
Right.
Right? They want to institute a money system, a monetary system that gives them that ultimate control. That to where the sword don't mean anything no more.
Yep.
Oh, you got a gun? Guess what? I control your food.
Yep.
You know?
They'll be like, yeah, you got a gun, but how much bullets do you have?
Right.
We can wait for you to run out of those
Right.
bullets. They come right on in.
And you won't be able to buy anymore.
Nope. We
You
will
see?
shut that down.
Yep.
You know, guns, ammunition, ammunitions, and guns. They ain't no around
That's
no more.
right. When you go into what they want to enforce, the social credit score, the universal basic income, right? All that cuts out rebellions.
Yep.
It destroys a rebellion, right? If you are on a digital currency, right? You're on a CBDC, which is a programmable money, right? You can't rebel. You
Yeah.
can't rebel against what I want.
Yeah, because when you go back to those period pieces, when they lay siege on a city or on a country,
Yep.
what they do, they take away the food.
Yep.
You know, they take away the ways that you can get your normal necessities,
Yep.
and now you got to bow down to the system.
Yep.
You got to bow down to that king that's laying siege on the country.
Yeah, that's the first thing to do. Like, oh, they got water. How we gonna
Yep.
stop them to get that water, sir? Oh, isn't that sucker?
Yep.
Yep.
How we gonna get the food from? Surround them.
Yep. Stop
Cut
the
off
food
that. Cut
from
off.
coming in.
Yeah, there you go. Cut off that supply line.
Yep.
Yep.
We starve. Like I said, we starve them out.
Look what America did when they came here. They started killing the bison.
Right.
Yep.
You know, and that was the Native Americans'
Yep.
main food
Bison,
source.
foxes, deers.
Yep.
They pretty much go after their food supply. We can get them out there, start shooting up this food supply,
Yep.
and leaving them there.
Yep. So that's what Esau Edom is gonna do with this new digital system that he's implementing. This is all biblical prophecy, man. The signs of the times are speaking.
Yep.
You know, the prophecies of the times that we're in are speaking, man. Right? And if you can't hear it, then you're not listening. Right? Then your eyes aren't open. All right? Because it's clear.
And
Okay?
it's basically like you going into it and you telling these people that's listening, you telling them who the wicked is.
Yep.
Well, like when you start adding up and you start running the tab and you start looking at the list of the different atrocities that this man has done here, you start seeing like, damn, this is the wicked of the Bible. These men that's on the highways, the byways, and the hedges, they was right when they were saying that Esau, even a so-called white man, is the wicked of the earth.
Yep.
Look what this guy is doing.
That's right.
Look what he's doing in different countries, and just not only that, look what he's doing in America.
Yep. Hey, somebody get Revelation 12 and 12.
Yup, I got one for you.
Kind.
Proverbs 29 and 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked.
Right. That's why when the scripture speaks about how this word has gone into the gates of the nobles, right? They're hurt. They're cut to the heart. When they turn on YouTube, when they go on YouTube, and best believe they know about the prophets, man. Right? Even when Donald Trump got up there, he said, well, the prophets of doom,
Yep.
you know, he was speaking about us. You know, they know about the Hebrew Israelites, man. They know our message and what we speak. When you ask ChatGPT about GMS, it'll tell you. You know? So hey, these devils know who we are.
Because
right?
you gotta think about it, man. Like the elders in Dallas went into it. These devils like Evelyn Rothschild, you know, all the different Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, they
Right.
got trillions of dollars, but you worried about us.
Right.
You know, your whole mindset
right.
is worried about us.
Yeah.
What the Israelites doing, what
Right.
they talking about,
God.
what points they bringing out. How could I hold on to this little wicked, nasty kingdom? You know, that's what their mindset is constantly, daily. They can't even enjoy the trillions of dollars they got.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, because everybody else in the world, they're of the world.
Yeah.
They can, you know, I got them. He like,
Yeah.
I got them in a bag.
Yeah.
They of the world. They thinking about next year. They thinking about how 2026 is going to be great for them economically. I got them,
Yeah.
you know, but it's the men that are tapped into the spirit that they're worried about, man. They're tapped into a higher power, you know. He's worried about us. He's worried about, because this is going to bring about the end of his kingdom. You know, these small sanctuaries all around the world are going to bring about the end of his kingdom, man. These words that we're speaking, right? These have power. You know, even we always go into how when we was down by the Marriott, the dude said, "Hey man, it takes great power to do what you guys are doing." Well, that power is what we're tapped into, man.
Yeah.
You know, the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ, man.
I got a quick comment. So you made a point.
Yep.
Matthew 24 and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
So then shall the end come. And the end of Esau Edom's age, man, not the end of the world completely. Right? Because the scripture speaks about how the earth abideth forever. And the earth was made to be inhabited. Right? So after the so-called white man, after his kingdom goes down, which is beautiful because what? This is the 250th year of his kingdom, right? And we know 250 years is a very critical year for kingdoms, okay? So this year is going to decide whether you're going to get another 5 or, you know, or whether it's time to go. You know, we believe through the Spirit. You can bring that out.
Revelation 12 and 12.
Come.
Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Yep.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know his time is, because he knoweth that his have short time.
Right.
But a short time.
Yep, because he knows
like-
that he had but a short time. You know? So when you look at all the wars that are being started, right, everything that's taking place in the earth, it's because Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of, the wicked, right? Those that are in control of your money, right? Because money the saying, money makes the world go around, right? Money gives you control, right? So the people, what do they always say? You brought it up last week, follow the money.
Yep, follow the money.
You know, they know that they have a short time to rule in the earth, man.
Yep.
They know there's only so much more they could do to deceive these people. Hey, we got to go ahead and get that brute force going, right? That's why America went and invaded Venezuela.
Yep.
Hey, we got to go ahead and get this going, man. We losing money.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
trading without our dollar.
Yep.
We need that money.
They cut the middleman off. They're like, hey, they told him, look, okay, you got us sanctions, you got all these sanctions and tariffs going.
Right.
Let's cut the middleman off.
Right.
We don't need the American dollar no more. We'll trade it just like how when they got their oil from China. You want.
Yep.
Hey, because Esau is not upright, man.
Yep.
Esau is not upright. So when he come with that love and talking sweet
Yep.
and real subtle, when he see it's not working, what he turn to?
Nah,
Brute
nah.
force.
Yep.
Right.
Go back to that beast-like nature.
Right. That's his power. His power is the sword.
Yep.
Right? His power is in, deception. Like you say, he come in the dead of the night. Like only the devil does that, man. They're gonna wait till he always run the same play. Wait till you sleep.
Yep.
Saddam Hussein,
Yeah.
Bin Laden.
Right.
yeah, it's just like the same sad, like y'all just said, same sad song over and over again.
One trick pony.
Well, they did that
pony.
during. They would wait till, back in the ancient world, they would wait till we were on the Sabbath
Yep.
to try to attack us. Because that's like a cowardly move.
Hey, and it's powerful that you say that because I was watching that Avatar.
Yep.
And they said they were gonna wait to kill the beast during their holy gathering.
See?
So he was because they was like they're not gonna fight back. It's a holy gathering. So they was waiting to come in on them on a holy gathering, just like you said during the Maccabees.
Yep.
They waited till it was the Sabbath, and they was like, well, they're not gonna fight on the Sabbath, and
like how
they came in on them, and they had to fight.
Yeah, like how you said, they wait till they weak point.
Yep.
They wait at their weakest moment.
That was in that was also in that Tomorrow War. When you go into the Tomorrow War, the creatures had a Sabbath.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So they was like, we will wait till they on their Sabbath. They gonna be resting.
Yep.
So we's the creatures. Then.
Right. Exactly. See? So, hey, Esau he's that cunning hunter.
Yep.
Because a hunter, he studies certain things, right? A hunter will lay out corn in a field.
I was about to, it's like when the best time you want to hunt bears.
Yep.
When they hungry and they about to go to their den, they tired, they
Right.
sleepy. Yeah, we get that sucker when he in his den.
Yep.
And
Put up a
Esau
fight
show
there.
it to you, man. Because when you go into they clone Tyrone, he shows you how he studied. He shows you how he really get into the mindset of a nigga, man.
Yep.
And then he can hunt you.
Yep.
Because now I know your moves. I know where you're gonna be at. I know the type of music you listen to.
Yep.
I know the type of foods you like to eat.
Yep.
I know where you like to gather at.
Yep.
So now I'm about to come in and hunt you.
Yep.
And that's it. Like you say, he's a cunning hunter.
Yep. Not only that, he controls
Yep.
those
Your movement.
aspects.
Yep.
Yep.
Now it's not we know what type of music. We control what type of music you can listen
Yep.
to.
Yep.
We control what type of things you see on TV.
Yep.
The information that you're getting. We just read it. How they're gonna start really getting into this news thing and controlling narratives.
And that's crazy you said about the music because when you listen to Jake only listen to R&B and drill music.
Yep.
But when you go into Esau's gated communities and you go into these business buildings, what they playing? They call it elevator music.
Yeah.
But it's
Little
like
soft
it's
tone.
Beethoven
Yeah,
and
little soft
Mozart.
tone.
Yep.
Yeah. nothing to get you all riled up.
Right.
Yeah.
What, they were talking about how, basically what you listening to is war music.
Yep.
Right. Because in the ancient world, you would have people who just played music. During the war, they would play drums,
Yeah, they
war
would play
drums.
that heavy, get that blood flowing.
Yeah.
You all amped, like how we say, get you all amped up.
Yeah. So that's what
amped
you're
up.
listening to on a daily basis. The majority of our people, when they're listening to hip hop music, they're listening to music about war.
Yep. Drugs, sex,
and
violence.
then wondering why they're perpetuating violent behaviors.
Yep.
And then, Esau makes it illegal to talk about him, right? You could talk about killing so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. You could talk about killing them all day, but let you talk about a small hat.
Oh man.
Let you talk about the people over there in the Holy Land, about killing them.
You can't even talk about the little shots of red juice they like to drink.
Right.
You talk about that as a problem.
Exactly. So that's the reach that this so-called white man has in this world, man. And because of that, right, it says the people are mourning. Like we say, man, the human condition is getting worse and worse, man. When you look at the minimum wage, it hasn't moved, right? But guess what? Food is going up, gas is going up.
The hell is $7.25 going to do with a gallon of full-grown gallon
Right.
of milk cost just as much as your minimum wage?
Right.
God. How much you get? What's the bill with $7.25? How much for that gallon of milk? $7.99.
Then you get your check and he taking fucking taxes. He taxing the shit out of it.
FICA, what is FICA?
Yeah.
Esau got to the point where he said that he can go in your check before you get it and take out your student loan money.
Yep. He garnishing wages.
Yeah.
Wages, if you're getting this, you can take that from you. You can forget about your federal tax.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Keep going on that.
Number 6. Even so, the times also in the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings in effect and signs.
Right. The Lord is showing us plain beginnings, effects, and wonders and signs, man. All right. Hey, they just had a picture of a chariot, and it had like a wheel. It looked like a wheel, and that was, hey, we know what it is, right? So the scripture says the Lord is going to begin to visit the world which He made, meaning there's going to be a lot more chariot sightings, right? There's going to be a lot more, supernatural events taking place, things that you can't explain, wonders, over the past 6 years, we've seen an uptick in moons, like blood moons. There was an eclipse, solar eclipse, lunar eclipses. These things are signs, man.
Yep. Even like I say, even signs with the weather. Even signs like with earthquakes. Some people say, man, we never had earthquakes in this area before. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden it's kind of a unknown answer to them.
Right.
Number 7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed.
Yep. So certain men are going to be delivered, because when we speak about these things, a lot of people like to say, well, what are y'all going to do? Well, when we speak about the perils, when we speak about these different calamities that are coming to the earth, within that is a salvation, man. Okay, within that, like everybody's not just gonna be taken or destroyed, man. No, some people are gonna be saved out of said perils, man. Go ahead, next
8.
verse, elaborate. You got it.
Okay, number 8. Shall be preserved from the said perils.
Read verse 7 again and read straight into 8. So like,
All right. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith.
right, by works and by faith.
Yeah, because you have a Christian say, see, by works. No, let me finish, Christian, before you run off
Right.
at your mouth.
Right, and certain other Israelite groups.
Yep.
Coming out here to the byways and highways and byways, it don't get you salvation, man. Ultimately you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith in the resurrection of Yahushua.
Yep.
You gotta believe. You know, you got to believe the things that are written. And ultimately, that'll have you doing the work. That'll have you coming out to the highways and byways. If you believe that Yahushua was raised from the dead, right, you'll do the things that he requires, man. You know, if you believe in that power, right, you'll be doing what is required to receive this salvation that's coming, man. You got it up.
And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land,
Right.
and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Right. See, some men, there are men, like, which it's hard for the world to believe that there are some men that were sanctified from the beginning of time, right, to receive salvation from the Heavenly Father, man. You know, that there are men that are going to see these calamities coming on the earth. They're going to be what? Sighing and crying, which we're going to read. They're going to be sighing and crying for everything that is taking place. And guess what? They're going to be delivered out of it. Right? So when we read the doom and gloom, right, within that is light. You know, within that is miracles. Within that is salvation, man, of the elect.
Number 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
Right, and that's where we get most of the resistance from. Right, certain of our people that have cast off the ways of the Heavenly Father. Right, they have said, well, we don't want to hear that doom and gloom.
Yep.
You know, which, like we say, man, within the doom and gloom, there's a salvation, there's a gospel.
Yeah, they want that Isaiah 30.
Yep. They just want all the good news.
Yep. Peace to be deceived.
You
Lie to
know?
me, damn it. I don't want to hear none of that bad stuff.
Right.
Number 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
Right. You got some people out here that Esau Edom has been so good to them. You know, they got so much money. They got benefits.
Yep.
They don't want to leave. The same thing was taking place during the time of Yahushua. You had the Sadducees and Pharisees who were, you know, they had gotten high up in the Roman Empire.
Yep.
They had some power, you know, and they were like, well, hey, we don't want this to end. We don't want this to go away. We eating good over here.
Yep. Living lavishly.
You know?
Number 11. And they that have loathed my law, while they have yet liberty, and when as yet place of respondents was repentance, was open to them, understood not, but despised it.
Right. So here we are we're on the highways and byways week in and week out, right? But people are basically disregarding what the message is, man. What the prophets are saying. They don't care. They just they want to like you always say, stick their head in the sand.
Yep. They're ostrich.
Yep.
If I ain't see it, it ain't happening.
Right.
Yep.
They don't care about the what's actually going on in reality, man. And that's why Esau Edom is setting up a virtual world for them. You don't want to live in reality. We got a place for you.
Ready Player One.
Yep. Ready Player One.
Yep.
A lot of NPCs.
Oh yeah.
So people are gonna be deceived. Like we said, you were going into the famine of the word. Well, the Lord is gonna give these people up to their own devices soon, man. He's gonna shut the mouth of the prophets. Like y'all get out from around these people, man.
Yep. You done. Your job's done.
Yep. Your job is done.
Your job's done.
Let me handle the rest. And then the Lord is gonna get these people over to any fallacies or false things that they trusted in, man.
Because just before camp, you know how you read this little thing that you asked about the AI.
Yep.
It tell you the truth gonna be harder to find.
Yep.
Especially with the AI.
Yep. That's beautiful.
Because they gonna be out there. Well, this and this AI ain't gonna tell you but so much.
Right. And it's dangerous. It's easy for them to it's the possibilities.
Yeah. Because this is you brought up just right. Look what they're doing in the movies.
Right.
Now you got AIs because even during the holiday, they got AIs that can actually write a story about you.
Yep.
They actually, you don't even have to go to no Universal Studio or whatever. If you got a laptop or a good phone, you can literally make a 5-minute video just with AI alone. And by the time, according to how fantasy you would get with it.
Right.
One kid, he did one when he actually took a city block and made it look like a war zone. And when he showed people, they be like, damn, what the hell happened to that? He said, I just made that up.
Right. Yep. So they could, effectively put a world leader on TV.
Yep.
And declare war against another place. And you can't even tell the difference if it's real or not. It could be someone fake.
Yep. Like breaking news, Iran just attacked Israel and
Right.
yada yada yada.
Right.
Show you a devastated place, you'd be like,
Right.
man, Iran did all that. The whole time been AI generated.
Just so you can get on board.
This you can get so you can have sympathy for them.
Right. Well, that's what even like you brought out the point. Trump just gave, these checks to the military.
Yep.
Well, he did that to soften it up.
Yep.
Right, where because they're putting these tariffs. These tariffs are actually they got to go to Supreme Court.
Yep.
And be approved. Well, if they get overturned and seen as unlawful, the money already went to the troops. Are you going to take the money from the troops?
You're gonna rob them up. Who's gonna pay them?
Right.
The taxpayers.
Right. So, hey, we understand where we are. When you read this verse, it's a roadmap.
Yep.
When you go to a mall, they have a map.
Yep.
You trying to find a store, it says what? You are here. They put a star next to it or something, so you can see where you are, and then you can, hey, I gotta take a left, go up the elevator, take another right, take a left. Well, this is how you know where you are in prophecy, man. This is how you know where you are in the world view, in the biblical world view. Okay? You look at these prophecies, well, the Lord said this is going to be taking place. Well, so we got to be here. We got to be in the Roman Empire revived, right? We got to be somewhere in those feet of that statue. That's the iron mixed with clay. We got to be there, because we're seeing these signs and wonders and things take place that all point toward that, man. It's all evident.
Yep.
I got a precept for
Got
you.
it.
Second Ezra 6:6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the partner asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Beautiful.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
That's right. So when you're, looking at all the things that the prophet said, and you're lining it up, you're looking at the vision that Ezra's had, right? It shows you that our hand is on the heel of Esau Edom, right? And his kingdom would be the end of this earth age, man. Of the last earth age before the Israelites ruled, man. So when you look out into the earth and see, what is taking place, where are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans? What's the condition they're in? What do the prophecies say are to be taking place in the latter days? A righteous man will come to the conclusion, right, that we are in that time, right, of Esau Edom being the end of the world, being the end of his age, because we know our forefather Isaac promised him rulership, and he has ruled. He had the time of the Greeks, he had the time of the Romans, okay, and this is basically the Roman Empire all over again, the rebirth, okay, and he's doing the same thing that he was doing during those times, man.
Yep.
Trying to brand people, making perpetual slaves out of people, okay, ruling with the swords, like the scripture speaks about how he stamped the residue with his feet, Hey, he has been doing that, going into countries and taking the president out. That's a wonder.
Yeah, because usually if you could so-called arrest a guy and charge him something, he's supposed to go to
Right.
the international court system.
Yep.
Not take them to New York and say, yeah, we're gonna charge you.
Right. When you got countries, they leaving the ICC
Yep.
because the actual fugitive is running it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The damn criminal is running the court systems.
The judge, the biggest damn
Right.
biggest convict.
Here it is. This nigga is ghost off power.
Nope.
This nigga's a judge now.
Yep.
You know, and we were just reading about how, and there's a movie coming out. We were talking about how AI.
Yep.
They're about to use AI to govern.
Mercy.
You know, they're about to use AI to actually be a judge, man.
Yep.
To determine whether you're innocent or guilty. To determine whether you get a home loan. To determine whether you can have certain social media platforms.
Yep. And then if you gotta think that line, think he's just making that up. All you gotta do is certain companies already been using them.
Yep.
When you dial that number, 1-800 such and such and such and such.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is yada yada. How can I help you today?
Right.
I want to talk to somebody. Well, maybe I can help you first. What's the problem?
Right. Hey, that should be annoying too, bro.
Yeah, you get on that.
You be like, bro, I want to talk to a person. Well, maybe I can help you first. No,
Yeah.
put me on the phone with someone with a brain.
Nope.
We have a brain. We can help you. You know.
But after a while, like I said, after a while, you can have more AI than
Yep.
people.
Yep.
I don't talk to somebody. Can't help.
Oh man, that's beautiful that you went into it. Elon Musk said there's gonna be more humanoid robots he said, the devil got a lot of pride.
Yeah.
He said by 2050 it'll be more humanoid robots than people. It's over 50 billion robots. That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
He said, and then he said it's gonna be affordable. You're gonna be able to get a robot cheaper than you can get a car.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Yeah, that's what some places do already. Look at China.
Yep.
They already got the robot now walking. Some people think it's a human. Man, that ain't real. That's somebody in there.
Right.
You got literally down there stripped the robot bare, cut up to the feet to show you it's a robot. Yep.
And that's basically going into that UBI too.
Yep.
The universal basic income.
Yep.
And his great grandfather was a advocate for that in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
In bringing in universal basic income. And they got a TV show on I think it's on ABC. It's called Universal Basic Guy. It's about how they created all this technology and they no longer have to work. They don't have to do anything. So they go on these adventures and they getting paid by the government.
It was just like that movie, Wally.
Yep.
All the humans that got so big and fat, like pretty much like a big old surfboard float. All the robots do everything for them.
But that fighter jet can't compare to that chair. The moves that he do is like, it's nice. But when you see that chair moving, man, there's no way he can keep up with that chair, man. He'll break that damn jet in half.
Right.
Yeah.
What they call it, the G-force?
Yes,
There's some handles on G-force.
Knock your ass out.
Yeah.
That's what it do.
They're like Esau the Lord get Esau just enough, but he don't give him enough that he can that he really can get anywhere with it.
Right. Well, it said he have put limits on him.
Yep.
Yep.
That he cannot pass.
Mhm.
Right. Even certain discoveries, the ocean, he can't go to the bottom of the
Yep.
ocean.
They tried to damage. Now, we only discovered 3 to 5% of the ocean.
Right.
Mhm.
But hey,
But
you
they
go
said
out
less than that. They said 0.1% of the ocean, not even 1% he discovered.
Yep. Because now, here they are now. They're trying to go out of space. They don't keep. We don't know why they keep trying to bring out of space.
Right.
They try to tell you there's people on Mars.
Yep.
They try to tell you, they done landed on the moon. Every different country claim they landed on the moon.
Yep.
But yet, here you are, you got your own science to tell you, hey, we can't get past the Van Allen belt, so we don't even know why they continue to tell you that's live.
Right.
And that's like what you're saying, that's public knowledge.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, when you can type in Google and type in the Van Allen belt, and that kills their whole
Yeah, that kills that
you know,
whole
story.
Yeah, the most they can go is right with that space station that just for it to float right there. Other than that, if that bad boy go any higher, that's it for that space.
Right. Yeah.
Same thing with the satellites. Satellites can go up there because it's a machine. Other than that, no. Number 12, the same must be said. The same must know it after death by pain.
Right. So those that have loathed the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right, that have disregarded his prophets, his men, his teachings, his sayings, you know, hey, the same must know after death by pain. So the Lord is going to put a lot of, you know, our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, he's going to put them to death, you know, and they're going to know Yahweh Shem Yahushai through pain. You know, they're going to know through the judgments that the Lord issues for them through these perils, man. Mm-hmm. Right? We're talking about thermonuclear missiles, you know, Gurger troops in the street. We're talking about all out, you know, just chaos, a blackout, you know, a famine, you know, a lack of food. You know, they're going to have to go through that.
Yeah.
You know, while the Lord's men, those that were putting in the work and had faith, they're going to be delivered out of those things, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Like how you say, yeah, famine of the word is just around the corner.
Yep.
We got other famines coming. We all know this. We already know. We already know other famines around the corner. They ain't telling you on the news yet.
Yeah.
Food shortages are coming.
Yep.
Like the second Ezra 6 and 22.
Not just that famine. War, like how the brother just said, wars and rumors of wars. Don't think it just, you know, oh, everything's done with Venezuela. No, it's not.
There's still something there.
Can we stop at 12?
Yeah, you can stop right now. And get alright, get Romans 8 and 17. Bring those out.
Second Ezra chapter 6. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Yeah, man, and that's what you're about to see. When brothers be going into what the perils that are coming to this place, that's one of the perils. You not having food is a peril. A famine is a peril because you're not going to be able to get your normal necessities. You're not going to be able to go to Walmart. You're not going to be able to go to Costco. You're not going to be able to go to Sam's, you know, and get that bulk of food that you normally used to get.
You also slide in when you just said you'll be able to run over the whole these.
Right.
Because it's cheaper and more stuff there. Everybody, how the elders and the brother just said, when the famine kicks in, Jacob trouble kicks in, you ain't the only one got their head in the grocery store right quick. Time you don't get there like that movie Civil War.
Yep.
People are already there.
Hey, just like what you always bring out the point, which is a great point, is a manufactured famine.
Yep.
You know, when you get into the mind of Esau is trying to control every aspect of the human condition. You know, so he's trying to make sure that, hey, you got to come to him for the one of all things.
Yep.
And the Bible tells you that. You're going to come to him for the one of all things.
Yep.
But he's really about to make that more prevalent in this time what we're coming into, man.
Yep.
He's really about to show you that, hey, I control everything.
Yeah.
You know, if you want a Snicker bar from the store, you got to come to me for it.
Yeah.
You know, Esau about to control everything, man.
We can let y'all ransack them stores, let you do
Yep.
all you need.
Yep.
When all that ran out, you can slide that curtain back, bam! I got all this right here, but guess what you got to do first?
Yep.
God.
Yeah, you got to hold out that almighty hand.
Yep.
You know, and he's gonna put that karakma in you.
Oh yeah. That's why the scripture says those that consent shall be had in derision.
Yep.
Because you think that you know, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take the chip. You know, you think you're gonna be straight after that. You're not.
Yep.
You know, no, he's gonna get more wicked.
Yep.
Right? Hey, you think he's wicked now,
Oh,
yeah.
and you got a fucking credit card and you can still use cash.
Yeah.
Wait till the only thing you can do is him.
Yep.
You
Because
know?
he know he got you then.
Yep.
Now I got
Got
you.
you.
Now you got to do whatever I want you to do. If not, guess what? I'm about to cut your chip off.
Yep.
You know?
Because guess what? And like how you just said, when you put that arm out there or whatever out there, it will come in conditions.
Yep.
You will sign that golden contract. Oh yeah, this is what you gotta do, but first you gotta do this right quick.
And that's Esau's MO, that back end, huh?
Yup, that back end. Yup.
Because I'm gonna let you get up the front end, it look good.
Everything looks
But
good.
that back end up,
Yup.
all the royalties.
Yup. And not only that, he not telling you, just like with Esau's pharmaceutical drug.
Yep.
You know, yeah, they help you, but what about the side effects?
Side effects.
You know, because when you take that Karagma, what they say, it's going to have a gruesome sore.
Yep.
So he not going to tell you about that gruesome sore when you put that into your body and what it's going to cause.
Yep.
No, he's just telling you it's going to be convenient. You're going to have all your medical records. You're going to be able to,
Dress it up.
you're going to be able to go and buy whatever you want just by putting your hand on a palm reader. You know?
You ain't gotta worry about stealing your wallet,
Right.
stuff, your ID.
Yeah.
Everything is right there.
And little small prints at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 30 pages. It's fucking 6 font
Hey, ain't nobody like how they say.
disclaimers, bro.
Hey, did you read the fine print?
No,
You done. Shaquilla, right here, Article 5, C295. If you on Facebook, shut the hell up. They can tell you on there. If you open your mouth, you gonna shut the hell up or else.
That's right.
Plain and simple. Or else what? Yeah, you got $5,000 because you and 3 damn kids. You run your damn mouth, we gonna cut it down to $2,500.
Yeah. Because Esau showed you in all these different apocalyptic movies
Yep.
what happens when the food get cut off, man.
Yep.
These people start losing their mind.
Right.
These people would do anything they can to get some food,
Yep.
you know? So that's going to be it ain't all that bad, you know? And it's going to be the so-called black woman.
Yep.
You might well come on up here and get this chip.
Yep.
You know, we got to eat. The babies got to eat.
Give her a week, she came.
Yup.
Well, I ain't staying over there. You stay here, but I've been going out to that church and bye.
And then you're gonna start seeing people that you thought was gonna hold firm, you know, like the elder Apostle Hall is going to the Bible Belt belief.
Yep.
You know, a lot of them gonna break down.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a lot when that food start getting scarce, a lot of those people gonna start breaking down. People that we seen every day passing by say, yeah, I'm not gonna take that MOTV.
Yep.
I'm not gonna do it. No, I don't care. They have to hold me down and put it in me. They're gonna go up there willingly.
Right.
Hey,
You
if
know?
ain't the food, the water.
Yep.
Yup.
Yeah, well, I got a well. Okay.
Yup.
Okay.
Well, that's what these data centers are doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the data centers, they are using an immense amount of water. And basically, after the data center uses it, you can't use it. It got to
Yup.
be purified. It's basically dirty.
Yeah, because what's going to happen if you rely on the city water? Oh, that water pumping off, they're going to shut that down.
Yeah.
Well, it was like Hashaka said, whatever water you got inside that pipe, that's what you got.
Well, they were saying water is going to be a commodity that will be traded on the stock market.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be that rare.
And
you know?
Esau, he know all these things,
Yeah,
man. That's
yeah.
what these people understand. Esau constantly getting data, constantly getting information. He know how to move on you.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
brother went in beautifully. We was riding to, I think it was Augusta, and I was like, man, how do they know when to work on the road? The brother beautifully went into it and told me, say that's why they got those little things in the road so they can tell how what time would be the best time to come out there and work. 'Cause remember I say, well, I think they should work on the road at night.
Yeah.
And you were like, nah, that's why they got the little thing in the road. What that is, a little, what it is,
Yeah,
Like
like
a little bar.
yeah, the little
reflective
bar in the
thing, yeah.
road, and he can tell how much traffic is on the road at what time. You know?
You go ahead.
So Esau has figured out everything, man. He got all his I's dotted and his T's crossed, and he's really ready to roll on you. That's what these people don't understand. Esau is ready to come down with that great wrath, man. That's why the brother beautifully went into that scripture, because that's what's about to happen, man. Esau is really about to roll on you people, but you think it's a game.
Yep.
You know?
Everything's
And then what's so crazy, they brought your show back out again, Fallout, letting you know what the hell is going to happen, man.
Beautiful.
You know?
Yep. And everybody think it's a joke. When we tell them that, they want to smile in the face. They laugh. Oh, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I got something for him if he come.
Yep.
Dude, you done.
I got a precept for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ezekiel 28 and 2. It says, Son of man, say to the son of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a power, I am a God, and I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God.
Hey, and that's Esau with that God complex. We always go into it. We always tell you, this man wants to be like the Most High. He wants to be Yahweh. You know, he want to be the Heavenly Father. He want to know all things. He want to know what you're doing every moment and every part of your day. He want to know where you spending your money at, where you spending your time at, who you hanging out with, what kind of type of music you want to listen to. Esau want to know everything, man. You know?
It says, thou set thy heart as the heart of God. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
This devil is smart, man. Like, when you go into Daniel, Daniel was one of the smartest Israelites it was, man. And he said he is wiser than Daniel. So this devil, he do his due diligence. You know, when you ever watch one of those period pieces when Esau put it together, it's almost like you there. You know, when you watch that movie, man, like we go into what it is, the Vikings or the Game of Thrones, Spartacus, you know, King Arthur. When you go into those movies, Esau got everything laid out to the what it is, to the costumes, to the people, how they was carrying themselves back in that time, how the horse and buggies was. He go into everything, man, and everything is on point, you know. So imagine when you go into now and he's studying you. You know, Esau gonna make sure he got everything figured out. Everything is to the letter, man. You know?
Yeah, they even got this like how some of this movie, like y'all watch that movie Resident Evil.
Yep.
How when they finally went to these, how I forgot the lady when she was one of the main stars, and you remember how she went to I think it was Alaska or Antarctica, and they had the underground city. And they literally built the city like a replica.
Yeah.
And they like how you said they built a place and said, okay, how are these people going to react if this happened?
Right. Yep.
They ran scenarios. They ran this. They ran like I said. They study you down to a T.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now they have, you know, just Salakia land backing, but now they have AI technology.
Yep.
Yep.
And CGI.
And that can literally run those scenarios. When we talk about like who's the nigga? Doctor Strange.
Yep.
You know how he ran through all the scenarios and you know, it
he
was only
went
2 or 3 times where we made it out of this. Well, that's what they're doing with technology. That's what they're doing with AI.
Yeah, what's the probability of this going to happen? And AI pretty much said, okay, if we run a scenario for you.
Right.
81%, this is what's going to happen.
Yep.
27%, this is what's going to happen. So yeah, they're like, okay, well, we got to work this out.
Wiser than Daniel.
Yeah.
Verse 4, it says, with thy wisdom and with thy understanding thou hast gotten thee riches and has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures.
Yeah, and that's what you see here in America, man. Look at how rich America is, man. Look at all the gold and the silver that he's heaped up to himself, man. Look at the Rothschilds. Look at how when he was walking under the building with the Queen Elizabeth, you know, and he was showing all the gold
Shell,
bar.
all shell, gold shelf, number gold bar.
Even with Donald Trump. Donald Trump got a room that's just trimmed out in gold, man. And he was like, then somebody was like, is that real gold? We were like, yes, it's real gold. He got a room that's trimmed out in gold, man. You know?
Yeah.
It says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
Yeah, man, through that traffic, man, all the economy, all the trucks on the streets, all the ships coming in and out, the cargo planes, You got it. Oh, you were making a point.
Oh, no, yeah, I was going, like how you just said, the cargo planes and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. So he got himself riches through all of that commerce, you know? And now he's went digital with it. He's got platforms like Amazon, Etsy, you know, all these different, what is called, it starts with an 8. Man, they get bulk in it. Alibaba.
Oh, Alibaba?
Yeah, Alibaba.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's Chinese ran, right?
Yeah, Alibaba might be Chinese or Indian.
Okay. Yeah, so, you know, he got all these different platforms to push all these different products, you know, and who is consuming those things? You people here in America, all right? You're the ones consuming all these different things, but your pay going down. You know, you don't have money to pay your light bill. You don't have money to pay your rent, your mortgage, you know, but you got enough time to go and buy the new item that everybody's talking about.
Yeah, the newest biggest thing I keep seeing right now, they're pushing on Temu on social media is the inflatable couch that is already compressed.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
they
when you
wrap
cut
it.
it, you cut the wrapper and it opens up to like sectional couches.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking like, so that's the biggest thing they're pushing right now. So if you want furniture,
Right.
go to Temu.
Right. So
Yeah.
now they can
You know?
they can put your furniture in a box.
Yes, your
Ship
furniture
it to
comes
you.
and ship it to you. You just cut the plastic bag and
Yep.
there it is.
Wow.
There it is. I'm looking like, making them lazy, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they're doing that, now you pushing out these furniture places.
Right.
Mama's Used Furniture, Errands.
Yeah, you get Romans
know,
9 and 17.
Errands, all these other places that sell furniture. You be like, why the hell? I gotta pay you every week or every month.
Right.
Well, I could just make a one-time deal with Temu.
Yep.
Like how you said, it comes into a box maybe this big. Snip, 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 snip.
Yep.
That sucker opens up. Bam! I got what I wanted.
Yep.
300 something bucks.
Wow.
I also got that Romans too.
Yeah, hold that. Let me
Okay.
bring that up.
Okay. So yeah, like how you said, everything is pretty much ran by these companies, and now you can order it offline. And like how you said, it comes right in Amazon, Etsy, whatever.
God. Romans 9 and 17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee.
Yeah, man. So the Lord is raising this devil up, giving him all this technology, all the AI, what you was going into, the humanoid robots.
Yep.
You know, all this technology just to make a good fight.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord just amping him up just so he
Yeah.
can have a good fight.
Yep.
It's like you, it's like you good at the game, like you playing a video game and you real good at say Madden.
Yeah.
And you amp the quarterback up all the way up to 99 just so you can have a good fight. That's what the Lord doing, man. The
Right.
Lord is
Right.
amping him all the way up so you have a good fight. You got the exoskeletons, you got the super soldiers, you
Right.
got the damn
You got the
laser
latest-
guns,
You got
Yep.
the latest jet that just came
Yep.
out, the latest boat, the
Yep.
latest missile,
new aircraft carrier,
aircraft carrier.
nuclear submarine.
The guy can give you all that,
The nukes.
Yep.
the nukes.
Yep.
And then you know what first reminded when you said that, there was that boxing match between what's my man, that white boy name?
Oh, Jake Paul and
Jake Paul and,
oh,
Anthony-
man, yeah.
Anthony
Yeah, that's the
Johnson.
most high.
You gonna
said-
realize he outmatched.
Yeah, the most high said I would be just like that fight. I want you to get all amped. I want you to talk all that bad
Right.
ish.
Yeah.
As soon as we
Right.
get
And you know he could have been beaten. You
Yeah.
know, when you look at that
Yeah.
fight, Anthony Joshua could have been beat. What his name?
Just-
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
But he played with it.
Right.
You know how a cat play with Yon?
Yeah.
That's how the Lord playing with Esau, man. He just throwing him around. You know, like I give him a little something. You know, and then after a while, you gonna hit him with that knockout punch.
Yeah,
man.
that's it. That's what I
the,
meant.
the elders was talking about it, how the Lord, he ain't squeamish at our suffering.
Yeah.
You know, he don't get squeamish when he see us suffering out here, because for the Lord, this is a 10-minute timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this little bit of 400 years is like a little timeout for him. You know, the Lord is eternal. He like, man,
1,000 years is a day.
400 years.
Like a blink of an eye. I can
400
take
years.
a nap
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we was talking to Fort Kent, like, dang man, we thought Ian won't come. We first came
Right.
in. The whole time we been having our nose in the corner for about 5 minutes.
Right.
You know?
He like, look at these niggas. These niggas ain't
Yeah,
had it.
yeah,
He ain't been in no time out. Nigga been in there 5 minutes. He want to cry now. You know?
You already tapping on the wall.
Right. So it's nothing for the Lord to raise up this devil, man. You know?
Yeah. That's why we always go into that scripture, man. It's nothing for the Lord to make a poor man rich.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Some more on that?
Yeah, some more on it.
I think so.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, it is.
And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Yeah, man, that Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to be declared throughout all the earth. He said every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. So what is that telling you, man? You going to call upon that name.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake always talking about, oh, man, sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, always talking about Christ blessed.
Yeah.
You know, talking about Allah. Guess what, man? In that time, man, you're going to be calling on Yahweh while Yahweh Shai, because he's going to make it evident that he's the true and only power, man. There's nobody else beside him, man. That's what the scriptures say.
Yeah.
He say he created all these things and no one's with him. You know, The Lord is the only one that's up there. We know his name, and we telling the people, we giving it to you freely. We telling you that the Lord's name is, the Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, and the only begotten Son name is Yahweh Shah. That's the greatest gift that you can get on this planet.
Right.
You know, because they've been hidden from you for so many years. They spent billions and billions of dollars, the so-called white man, to keep this away from you. And keep you away from knowing that you the Hebrew Israelites. And brothers got this information that's coming out here in the cold of the day. You know, because it's cold as hell out here. And in season, out of season, the hot, dealing with the nets, you know, dealing with the rain. And give you this information because why? Hey, we know it's important and it's going to help you in those times, man. You know, this is true love right here, like the brother went into last week. Love is a verb, man. You know, an action word. So what are you doing to show Yahweh Shema Shah and your people you love them by coming out here to the highways, the byways, and the hedges? You know, there's no greater example of love than coming out here to the highways, the byways, and the hedges, man. You know, putting up that sacrifice. You know, what did it say? Oh man, I think it was Romans 12. Anybody can grab it real quick. Grab Romans 12 real quick, since we're talking about it. Start at 1.
All right. I got it.
You got it. Bring it out.
You want it?
Yeah, bring it out. Bring it out.
No, okay. Yeah, this is Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice.
Yeah, present your bodies as a living sacrifice. Sacrifice your time, your body. You know, because hey, at the end of the day, man, when you look back, I think Elder Ariala always going into it. What is your legacy? What did you leave behind? You know, because at the end of the day, when we get into the kingdom, you know, because all Israel gonna be into the kingdom. You know, so when we in the kingdom and we talking about what we did on this side, brothers gonna be able to go into their stores and say, yeah, I went to the highways, the byways, and the hedges. You know, we stood up against the big bad Esau, the Goliath of this time. You know, we went up against him when everybody else was scared. You know, they were setting in legislature, they were setting in all different type of laws into effect against us, and we was coming up against all of that, man. You know, standing stiffly for Yahweh Shema Shah. Hey, we're gonna have a legacy behind us, man. We're gonna be able to tell our grandkids, like, hey, we was over here doing that, man. You know, we was in that battle, we was in that war, the foxhole, the trenches against Esau, man. You know, everybody gonna give a damn about who went to the Middle East and fought against goddamn Arab. You know, ain't nobody gonna give a damn about who went over there and bombed Nigeria. You know, they're only gonna be talking about this right here. This is the only thing that matters. This that legacy that's gonna be so important.
It's forever.
Yeah, forever.
Because the scripture speaks about in Revelations how even if you die, your works follow you. So that's going to be spoken about.
It's like how you keep bringing up during time period. You like to watch. Name a gladiator.
Exactly.
You know, during the Roman time, they come out in the movies. That's just the movie name.
Right.
Actually, name one.
Right.
You know, like how you said, they didn't even try first in time. Oh yeah, I remember such and such and such and such.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna know what Floyd Mayweather record was in the kingdom.
You know, 50 years from now, whoop.
How many knockouts Mike Tyson had?
Exactly.
You know.
You know, you just another block on the stage, or another block on the page. Keep going.
Right. Baba can show even a chair on the top having infirmities with it. On top of that, man. That's the cherry.
Yeah, man, you dealing with dealing with kinks in your neck, your back hurt, your knee hurt. You know, and you still coming out to the highways, byways, and the hedges, man. Your high blood pressure, high sugar. You know, and you still coming out here dealing with all these different things, man. To make your calling election sure. That's going to be more valuable than anything because the Lord will not forget your labor of love.
Right,
you know, and I'll double down on that, man. You know, that's what you should be doubling down on because the Lord is not a man that he should lie. He said, if you go out here and make your body a living sacrifice, I got you. If the Lord be for you, who can be against you? So if you don't believe in that, you calling the Lord a liar. You know, or he not going to do that. You know, I don't know about that. You know, look where we at now. Look the hell we catching. You know, that's a loser mindset, man.
That's about who.
And the Lord said we're gonna win.
That's about who There you go. Somebody who quit before the game even started.
Yep.
We didn't even start yet. You already throwing in the towel.
Exactly.
But that's having that film. Yeah, how about you?
It's like you say you like to play Battlefield.
Yep.
It's like you playing Battlefield and you losing, but you know around this corner you got a gun that can destroy everything.
God.
You know, and you gonna get the win. All you gotta do is make it around this corner.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the thing me and Hashawn played together. I said, man, Hashawn, man, I ain't good at this. I know what the hell I'm doing. Man, after a while, he'll tell you he ain't got a lie.
Right.
I been getting in some hits. Like, oh, shit. I'm like, damn, okay. I'm getting on some.
Yeah.
Just like this right here. You
Yeah.
come inside and do the work. Just like how you said. Yeah, one day we have mosquitoes.
Yep.
Another day hot as all hell. Today you be like, damn, I think I left my coolant down.
Yeah.
Right.
But the Most High said, hey, look, man, you do this, I got you.
Yeah.
God.
We, us over here, the brothers that stand up here, and the other ones that stand at GMS at their camps, we see reward. We want the reward at the end.
Beautiful.
4 people in Savannah.
Four people in Savannah.
That's
Everybody
it,
walking
Four
by.
people.
That's it,
We see,
Four people want that reward.
We see our prize at the end.
God.
Hey,
4 people,
you
man.
want something? They get 2 Corinthians 4 and 6. Man, I don't read it all the way down.
So-
I said 4 and 6. No, 4 and 16. My bad.
Yeah,
2
we see our
Corinthians 4 and
prize
16.
at the end, and we be saying like, you know, I want that.
Yep. I want
Hey,
that.
because Esau can't take it from you.
Mm-hmm.
The government can't take it from you.
God.
No thieves, like how we read before. It ain't moth ridden, ain't rusted.
Yep.
Both sides says, here you go. Shit, that's it.
Hey, the elder in Atlanta, Tazamon, what'd he say? Hey, you got the crown, you just got to hold on to it. You know, you just got to hold on
Just
to it.
hold on
Cause
to
Esau
it.
trying to knock it out your hand. He trying to kick it out your hand.
He
You
can
got
try
to hold on,
He can
man.
try. He can get it out there. Hey man, I give you $10 billion for that crown.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you can give me that crown, I'm gonna take it with your wife, your kids, the house, and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, he gonna find
And
ways.
then, and like you said, yeah, he's gonna try to take that crown out your hand. He's gonna say, "I'll kill your wife, your family, all these different things." But we seen that before. The one trick pony.
Yep.
We seen it with Joe. We got accounts about Joe. We got accounts of the
Most High.
7 brothers, the Maccabees.
Yep, the Most
You know, your house shot.
The house shot.
You know,
He
when
said, I
say,
give you all this.
Yeah.
I give you all this. What's that say? Nah, you can go ahead and ride on.
Yep. Beautiful.
Well, my father will give me pales in comparison to what you got.
Yep. Same thing with Moses with the Pharaoh.
Yep.
He gave up on all of those riches to suffer with the Hebrew Israelites, man. You know?
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 16. It says, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. And that's what it's like. It's a fight, man.
Yep.
You know, and you catch them blows and you know, and like you say, the infirmities, you know, different demons attacking the flesh, you know, but the inward man gets renewed day by day.
Yep.
You know, you still fighting. You know, you still watching the videos, reading, studying, making the videos. You know, that's your fight.
Yep. Hey, you got to stay on your feet, man. You got to have that rock solid chin.
Right.
You know how you get in the boxing and you see his brother like he getting beat down,
Yeah.
but he don't never fall because he got that solid chin.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we got. We got to have a solid chin. Cause Esau gonna throw body blows. He gonna hit you with an uppercut.
Yeah.
You know, you gonna get that damn that
tried
hook.
Hey, might be like WWE. That somebody distract the ref, bust him side the head,
Yeah,
chair.
you know.
Well, that's
He can try
when
everything
you
to
go
get
into- when you go into Tyson. Tyson worked out his neck.
Yep.
You know, he used to really do them neck workouts. Well, that's what stops your head from snapping back.
Floyd Mayweather too.
You know, it stops your head from snapping back. You know, getting them, knockout punches.
Yeah, that one, they call it that one hit quitter.
Yep.
Because Esau is about to hit you with an uppercut, man.
Yeah.
Hey, and we always, I think it was a couple of years ago, we always say you got to brace for impact. You know, because we're about to be tested right now. You know, we're about to take a punch that, hey, we see coming, but we still got to be ready for it, man. Because it's going to have some power behind it.
Yeah, let's see if we can put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Like how my man said,
Because
let's see
Esau
if
about to
this
throw his best punch, man.
yeah, let's see if this gonna daze you for a second.
Yeah.
You know?
But we like Muhammad Ali, man. We doing the rope-a-dope. You know, you beating us, you punching on us, but at the end, we going to come swinging. you know, we're gonna come back swinging, man. We're gonna get the win. We're gonna get the victory.
Like me, yeah, you know, we grew up on watching wrestling. It might be like, you beat the hell out of ass, you just like the Ultimate Warrior. Every time you hit him, that nigga kick it.
No, no. When you ever remember when we was watching the wrestling, right? And you get the person getting beat down, he getting stomped into the mat, and all of a sudden somebody come running into the ring to help.
Yeah,
that's your house shot, man.
You had that crowd start cheering.
Yeah.
Everybody got you
Chariots coming through in the atmosphere.
Yep, you screaming at the top of your lungs, get up, Rock, get up. Then all of a sudden you see your boy Stone Cold come around like, there he comes, Stone Cold.
You hear that, what's that, the glass shatter?
That glass brick, and then he ain't walking, or he running down, chair hand and everything. He messing everybody up in that ring. He just to give you that, just to pick you back up and get you that breather.
Verse 17, 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 17, it says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Yeah, man, this light affliction, man, no matter how all the hell you catching, no matter all the things you going through, you know, with your children, with your woman, with your ailments, hey, it's going to be far more greater when you sitting in the kingdom and you drinking that good sweet yayan, that good sweet wine. And, you know, it's not going to be like the wine we drink over here. We drink a little bit, it's bitter. You spit it out. Hey, you know how we be at the Passover, we trying to find the right wine, man. You know, we don't have that house shot wine, and he's trying to turn from water to wine, man.
Yeah, he's just a mere thought to him, whole glass. Nothing but that good stuff.
Yeah, man. So it's a light affliction, man. So hey, that's the things you got to turn to when you catching your hell. You know, you got to think about the kingdom. You know, having that eye single, we think about the kingdom, man. Like, damn, man, we're gonna have women. We're gonna have walking on the streets made of gold. We have chariots over our house. We're gonna have a legacy left behind.
You pretty much like
you winning.
You're pretty much like a walking superstar. Wherever you go, you're gonna show exactly who you. I know him.
And that's the only thing that you can really wrap your mind around and think how it's going to be in the kingdom when you think about these different celebrities, these different entertainers, and how everybody gravitate to them, and they got paparazzi around them. Right. You know, that's the only thing you can really think about to really encapsulate what's going to happen.
Right, yeah, from the least to the greatest. You know, from 144,000 to King David, 12 apostles. Yeah, I mean,
because it's gonna be ranked. You know, it's gonna be ranked. Everybody's not gonna be like the 144,000. Everybody's not gonna be like the 12 disciples.
And then, but everybody gonna know you're an Israelite because you don't think
you're gonna have that glow, man.
Yeah, they be like, 8'9", 9'. You ain't mistaking him out of the crowd.
It's some more of this. One more verse. Verse 18. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Yeah, man. And this world right here, this current kingdom is temporal. You know, open your window and you look outside and you see a Dodge Charger out there. You see a Challenger. You open the door and look. You open the door to this big, beautiful home. It's temporal, man. You know, these things are all gonna burn with fervent heat. There's nothing gonna be left of this place for you to look back and say, "Damn, man, I used to live over here on Montgomery Street. Or I used to live on MLK." No, you're not gonna be able to see none of that, man. You know, this place is gonna turn into the biggest desert ever, man.
According to what's still standing. After them nukes, like I said, nukes, explosions. Tidal wave. United States ain't gonna look the same.
Yeah, this is not gonna be like what it was, Planet of the Apes. When the man went back and seen the Statue of Liberty. No, man, everything gonna burn with fervent.
You don't know what you could be like. Wait a minute, man. I could have sworn Savannah been right here. You know what the? Oh, you saw water.
Oh man, I'm gonna go back to Savannah State to my alma mater.
Right. Dead.
All you see is a big ass, like that movie Fallout. All you see is a big ass hole.
Yeah, crazy.
Like damn crazy. I could have sworn it was in this
motherfucker.
This is Big Bang, nigga.
Big Bang.
Well, because what them TV shows don't show is the chariots. What the chariots gonna do? Because the nukes might just, they might blow a little, blow the the doors and the windows off the building, but the chariot's gonna finish it off.
Finish
Yeah.
everything off.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a lead flat.
Yeah, he said
Both sides-
no stone
No,
shall
yes.
be left upon another.
Yeah.
Both sides. And then in 1 hour,
Yeah.
like how the elder said in North Carolina, from sea to side and sea,
Yeah.
from East Coast to West Coast.
What it
from
say?
Canada.
God bless America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go right there at the border of Canada.
And the elders was even going into it. There's not even going to be any of these lakes. You know, like the Great Lakes and the, Lake Michigan, all of that. Like they say, when those nuclear bombs, when they detonate, it's going to evaporate all the water.
Yep.
You know.
The
You got
Mississippi
certain-
River, all Missouri River, all
Like
that.
we was talking about, you got certain nukes. It turns the oxygen in the air to fire.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So how much more a lake?
Mhm. It's going to look like the Grand Canyon right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, everything is going to get evaporated. We're talking about thousands upon thousands of heat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Elements.
Elements gone.
The steel is an element.
Yep.
You know.
You'd be lucky if there's a building, a
Right.
framework of a building standard.
Yeah.
Like how we joke. But yeah, you go to Canada, Niagara Falls. Well, over there, that used to be New York. You
Yeah.
can see the remnants.
Right.
Yeah.
They could be so heavily radioactive.
Hey, like you said, I think you went into it before. Hey, the Lord is so powerful and bad with it. He's gonna be, he's gonna stop it right at the border of Canada. It's gonna be a big crater. You're gonna look over, it's like, yeah, that used to be America.
Yeah, that used to be America right there. Everybody call them. They gonna be a pilgrimage. Mexico. That's
See what
it
happens
is.
when you piss off the Lord.
Hey, you go right there to Mexico, you just see a line right where they gonna definitely gonna build a wall. Yeah, we put a wall right here so
Yeah.
nobody,
Yeah, man.
nobody can come this way right here.
And rightfully so, man. When you get into the nastiness and the wickedness of this place, we need this place to be destroyed,
Yep.
man. That's why the Lord is sending back judgment to this place, man. And He's gonna set up new rulership, man. This rulership that we have now is the worst ever been put on the earth, man. And it's showing. The people are mourning, like the art went into it beautifully earlier. You know, everybody's sighing and crying. Everybody's upset, pissed off. You know, rubbing pennies together. We'll bring it up.
Jeremiah 51 in verse 36, it says, "Therefore thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance for thee. I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry."
Yeah, man. Hey, and that's what the Lord is gonna do, man. Hey, the Lord is sending those thermonuclear missiles. Hey, He's gonna dry everything up, man. There's nothing gonna be left here to bring to your remembrance of America, man.
Let's go up in space and look what's left of America.
Yeah.
Verse 37, it says, "And Babylon shall become heaps and a dwelling place for the dragons."
Yeah,
And it's-
and one point, when you go into Babylon, Babylon was Iraq, man. Ancient Babylon was in Iraq.
Yep.
You know, that place is flourishing. It got commerce. It got people there.
Yep.
But no, the Lord say, hey, that place is gonna be turned into a desert, man. You're gonna dry up all the lakes. That's talking about Babylon the Great here in America, man.
He's gonna destroy this place even worse than what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yep. Yep.
And then when you go even to Sodom and Gomorrah, you can't find what it just look like over there. You
Yeah.
be like, that was the city? Where the city at?
That's why when you go into Jeremiah 30 and 6, it says it's going to be a time like never before seen on the earth, you know? Because you can go into Sodom and Gomorrah, you can talk about Sodom and Gomorrah, you can talk about chattel slavery and the sub-Saharan slave trade. But he says it's going to be worse than that, man. You know? So that means that this place is going to be desolate, man. When you, I think you just made a point about the Sahara Desert.
Yep.
It's going to be like the Sahara Desert times 100.
Yes.
You know?
And when he said, it's like when you try to hold up Hashana, like I said, only thing you can find is desert creatures.
Yep. Scorpions and
Scorpions, sidewinders,
Yep.
buzzards.
Those are the dragons.
Yep.
They're speaking
I
about.
think what it was, that one movie that we used to watch, what it was, Mad Max.
Yep.
Yep.
Mad Max, it's gonna be like Mad Max, man.
There you go.
Nothing but a fucking
Yeah,
desert, man.
everywhere, and they would have been fighting man for that one water.
Yep.
That tank of water.
Yep. It goes into what you were saying, how
Yep.
important water gonna be in that
Yep.
time.
Yep.
It says, an astonishment and a hissing without inhabitation. They shall roar like lions, they shall yell like lions' whelps. In their heat I will make their feast, and I will make them drunken, that they may rejoice and sleep perpetually, and sleep a perpetual sleep, and not wake, saith the Lord. I will bring them down like lambs to the slaughter, like rams with the he goats.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful. Cause what the Lord say, I got a sacrifice in Basra.
Yep.
You know, this is the modern day Basra. You know, the Lord say He got a sacrifice, and guess who's gonna be the sacrifice? 2/3 the other nations and Esau, Edom.
Yep.
Verse 41, how is Shishak taken, and how is the praise of the whole earth surprised? How is Babylon become an astonishment among the nations?
Yeah, that's why the Lord say, how is the golden city cease? You know, take up this proverb. And that's what we doing, man. We telling you that the golden city is about to cease, man. This place is about to be turned into a desert. There's no more going to be anybody here saying they're going to rebuild.
Right.
You know? No, that's all going to be wiped out, man. And
Right.
righteous rulership going to be put on this earth.
Right, ain't gonna be another renaissance.
Exactly.
Another rebirth
Yeah.
of the Edomite
They
nation.
won't pop the hell out of nowhere.
Right.
The white
Yup.
folks, what the fuck?
Verse 42, it says, the sea is come up upon Babylon. She is covered with the multitude of the waves thereof. Her cities are a desolation, a dry land, and a wilderness, a land wherein no man dwelleth, neither doeth any son of man pass by there.
Beautiful,
You know,
man.
he just said right. He just said when the multitude of sea waves come up on the land.
Yep.
That's the tidal wave.
Yep.
When the explosion goes off, that water going somewhere.
Tsunami.
Yeah,
Tsunami. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, tsunami.
When the tsunamis come, the water's going somewhere.
Yep.
Not Florida. The United States, East Coast, West Coast, wherever,
Yeah.
wherever. It ain't gonna look the same after everything's said and done.
And they always talk about that California is going to be underwater.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, they always talking about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised when we in the chariots, everything's said and done. You be like, damn, California going? Florida 5 feet under sea
Yeah.
level? New York, well, was New York. You know, we were them chariots at point.
And that's why you say we're going to be rejoicing we on
Yep.
those chariots, because we didn't have to take part in
Yep.
what's about to come to the earth. That's why we out here on the highways, the byways, and hedges. That's why brothers, you know, pull themselves up together to come out here on the highways, the byways, and the hedges, man. You know, whatever ailments they dealing with, whatever shit they dealing with at the house, they put it to the side to come out here and make their call and election sure, because you don't want to constantly be in that hell. You know, we see it and we know we got it out, man. All we got to do is make our show our faith by our works. You know, come out here to the highways, the byways, and the hedges, and give your how about Shema shots some time.
Yep.
You know, how you expect to get help and get delivered
right.
if you're not out here doing anything for the Lord, man? You know.
You gotta lift up the standard for him.
Yep.
For him to lift up the standard for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a give. It's it's transactional.
Yeah, give and take.
Yep.
Yep. You got a nigga that's on the chariot, but he never came out to the highways, the byways, and the hedges.
Right.
Never even put a video up.
Right.
You know, never said your how about Shema was shy. He can call on Jesus Christ, but he on the chariot.
Right.
No, man.
So here, woo, bye.
Yep. Yep. Bring out that Romans 8.
This is Romans 8, and we start at 1.
That's 17.
Oh, I'm sorry. 8 and 17. And if children, then heirs of God.
Matter of fact, start at 16. So like,
Romans 8 and 16.
yeah.
16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
Yeah, man, and it shows by look what we doing. You know, we out on the highways, the byways, and hedges, hey, doing this work and being servants to Yahweh Shema Shah. Everybody's not doing this. People passing by, you know, the guy just passed by, throwed his hand up, but he's not out here on the, going through scriptures and calling out precepts, you know, trying to learn the name of the Lord. No, man, he's not doing this. You know, so, hey, this is not talking about him. Go ahead, huh?
Number 17. If children, then heirs of God, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, if so be that we suffer with him, that we
Yeah.
may be also glorified together.
Yeah, man. So we suffering with him. Hey, when we come out to the highways, the byways, and hedges, we got to deal with him being mocked at, being scoffed at, Jake walking by, giving me those eyes and looking at you, the black woman cutting her eye, you know, dealing with people that believe in Islam and people that believe in the Baptist church, the Christianity, Roman Catholicism, you know.
Number 18. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Ooh, going back to what the art brought out, that light affliction, man. Hey, hey, what the things that we're gonna receive for doing the work in the will of Yahweh Shema Shah, hey, you can't even put into words. You know, we try to get a little glimpse of it when we look at the brother channel from California, you know, and he gives the little skits. Yeah, he do the little skits, and you see the kingdom, and you see the gold crowns. And
When he do the different brothers, you know, the Judah with the afro, the Native American with their hair, with the different types of crowns. I'm looking like, man, look at here. That's what I'm talking about. You know, he do one with the kids that playing with him. Then you see little dude just lift off in the air and fly. I'm looking like,
and you see all the wives and all of them pregnant at the same time.
You know, she's sitting next to a female lioness, and I'm looking like, man, that's what I'm talking about.
Like you said, seeing it really don't do it no justice.
Nope.
Because there's a feeling, you know, that comes with it. There's a lifestyle that's gonna be established. You know what I mean? Like you can look at people on vacation and they look all happy. But you not there. You know what I mean? It's like it's different when you there.
It's like when you in jail and people come to see you.
Right.
You know that eventually they're gonna leave.
Right.
And you got to go back to this damn jail cell.
Exactly.
You know, and that's what it's like with us, man. We get to see a little bit, but then we got to go back to this damn jail cell. You know?
Just like being amongst the brotherhood. You know, when we're around each other. You know, the scripture speaks about how the kingdom of heaven is within you. Right. So we get a small glimpse of it, but then, you know, you can't build. The brothers ain't always around.
24/7.
You know,
after we all disperse,
right.
It's like how I said, then we right back to reality.
Right.
Like that old 80s song, back to life, back to reality.
That's right.
Back to life, back to reality.
Number 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope.
Yeah, man. Hey, the Lord controlling everything. You know, when these people say they got free will. But that scripture just said, hey, that the Lord is the one who subjected him to vanity. You know? So it doesn't matter how you feel or what you say you're gonna do. No, the Lord controlling everything, man. You can't will yourself into this thing. You know? Imagine somebody saying, oh, you know what, I believe in the Hebrew Israelites and I'm gonna come out and speak and I'm gonna be a reader. No, man, it don't work like that, man. Right. Hey, because if the Lord don't want you, guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna sift you out. You know? You don't have no free will. You can't do what you want to do.
Right. And the Lord made us despised and hated.
Yeah, beautiful.
You know, so that ain't even the average person, that ain't their thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, they see us and, you know, immediately they get a disdain.
Right.
You know, there's you know, what you say, they're spewing.
Yeah. Why they cursing?
Right.
Why they got those dresses on?
Right.
Why y'all speaking so harsh?
Yeah. Why you don't want to use Jesus Christ? What's wrong with Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
You know?
That's what the Lord made it that way. The Lord said, I chose the foolish things of the world.
Yeah. The base things.
The base things.
Yeah.
22. I'm sorry. 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now.
Yeah, man. So everybody's groaning in pain and in travail. You know, when you talking about these different food shortages, you talking about the people that's working all day. Like, people are actually working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, you know, just to survive, just to make it. Right. You know, I be at work, man, and I see these guys, man, they go to work and they working from 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. You know, and I'm talking about they tired, going to sleep, sitting in chairs, you know, going to sleep standing up. And I'm like, man, God dang, man, it's bad out here. Yeah. You know, it's rough, and they not winning. You know, they not winning. That little bit of money that they making, a bill waiting on.
Yep.
You know?
Well, the Lord, hey, remember the Lord said a loaf of bread is gonna be a day's wage.
Yep. Haggai 1:6.
Yep.
Putting money in bags with holes.
So it's gonna get worse, you know, than it is now. Like now, now, like you said, milk and you know the essentials, they're higher. But imagine if they cost you a 12-hour shift.
Right.
You don't work the 12-hour shift and you still can't afford it.
The hyperinflation.
Right.
Yep.
That's gonna be the shit.
Yeah.
Number 23. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves grown within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
Yeah, man, and that's what we were just talking about. You wake up in the morning, you dealing with ailments, you constantly worrying about paying a bill. Your whole mindset is on paying a bill, man.
Yep.
That's why we go into Baruch, where they say, what it is, you are this day in your captivity. You know, you are subjected to payments.
Yep.
You know, you subjected to payments here. You constantly thinking about, man, I got to pay this bill. Man, think about it. People didn't have bills. They wouldn't go to work. They would. The people, their life would be so much better, man. You know?
They will be killing themselves for something like, man, I go to work maybe 3-4 days out of the week.
Right.
I already got what I need.
Yep.
You know, bro.
And then you got Trump, his line in.
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah, we're going to cut down 3-day work week.
Right.
You know, this nigga's not going to cut down to a 3-day work week, man.
Right.
You know, because this place, because think about it, the tribes are the one that's pushing this place, man. So you cut down to a 3-day work week, what's going to get done, man?
Bro,
You know?
it's so crazy, y'all. It's like when you get paid, your mood's a little better.
Yeah.
You know, when you broke, man, bro,
Yeah,
should be your patience be short.
You ain't got time to have all that
bro.
noise and stuff like, man, go ahead on.
You got a little low tolerance for shit, bro.
Yeah.
You be upset, but it's like, bro, as soon as you get paid, you immediately bills is coming out of it.
Yep.
It ain't even yours. Like I'm working to pay bills.
Man, that's what get me mad, huh? Like, you get your paycheck,
Yeah.
and when you got to pay these bills, and your woman want to be all laughing and joking, man, I don't want to laugh right now, man. I just paid out $1,200.
Right.
Man. Ain't nothing to be happy about.
Right.
I'm throwing away $400 something bucks. Leave me alone. Number 24. For we are saved by hope. For hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why does he yet hope for?
Yeah, man, and then you can look at that with these different entertainers. You know, you can look at it with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You got these trust fund babies. You know, they got everything. They ain't got nothing. It's like they can see everything, so they ain't got nothing to hope for. We actually hoping for the kingdom because we in hell right now.
Right.
You know, we subjected to payments. We catching hell. The woman on our ass. We don't even have our woman right now.
Right.
You know, because she not in order.
Yep.
You know, she constantly complaining. She constantly nagging.
Yep.
You know, we need hope. We got the hope for the kingdom. We want to get the hell up out of this captivity, man. This is hell. You know, I don't know if anybody came out and told you this hell, man.
Yeah.
You know, this is not a place where we just at rest and we chilling, man. No, we constantly dealing with different battles and different obstacles.
Yeah.
You know,
POW.
yup, POW, prisoner of war, man. You know,
Number 25. But if we hope for what we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
yeah, man. Hey, your patience possess you your soul. So, hey, the Lord made this whole thing for you to be able to show you got patience, man. To show, hey, what it say that he didn't endure, the same shall be saved.
Right.
So you got to endure. You got to have patience. You got to fight the good fight.
Patience. What it says in patience is part of what? Long suffering.
Yep, beautiful. Huh?
Yep.
Number 26. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought.
But hey, and that's beautiful, man. Like, hey, sometimes you know you be praying like, hey, man, I need to get this bill paid. But the Spirit praying for something else, man.
Yep.
He intervening.
Right.
You know, like, damn, man, I'm gonna go ahead and pray for this brother. He don't know he about to get sick next week.
Right.
You know?
Right. He didn't know that. He didn't know that going sneaking up on his head.
Yeah. Hey, man, you know you're a Hebrew Israelite. You know you're a Hebrew
I
Israelite?
recognize myself as a spiritual being.
You're a spiritual being, but that spirit
Very,
is...
very spiritual and
Yeah,
intelligent.
and that's what's wrong with our people right there. That was so beautiful. You know, the spirit, sometimes the spirit get on you to ask our people some questions. I'm a spiritual being. Now, how you gonna get salvation? You know, the Lord is talking about saving the hopeful elect of the Hebrew Israelites. He ain't talking everybody a spiritual being. Fucking
I'll tell you,
dummy.
man.
You know, our people, man. You know, we all spirits. The spirits and bodies.
Right.
You know, so I'm a spiritual being. No, man, you're a Hebrew Israelite. You know, yep, that's it. Hosea 4:6, huh? Beautiful.
For the lack of knowledge, man. Don't
Yeah.
even want to say nothing to him, man. But
You could have been like, you know what? What you mean about it?
Yeah.
You know what you mean about, are you do you know you're a Hebrew Israelite? You know, and then we could have went into a whole breakdown, explain to her who she is. Cause right now you walking around like a zombie, like what you say NPC, man.
Non-playable character.
Non-playable character, just walking around. Oh, I'm a spiritual being. Shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, man.
The Lord said there's vessels that are fitted for destruction.
Exactly.
You know, some people are just here to get that judgment.
Yeah, you walking around on River Street, have no idea. This the highest knowledge that you can obtain in this current kingdom. And we giving it to you freely, and you just walk. I'm a spiritual being. You know.
Well, that's why the majority of the 2/3 is going to be women.
Yeah. A lot of these women is not going to make it out of Babylon the Great, man. She is a spiritual being. Guess what the Lord about to do? He about to knock that spirit out that body, man.
he sure
You know?
Put you in a spiritual fire.
We're a spiritual being, be spiritual fire. I tell you,
You're going to get, with your stomach touching your back, we're going to see what kind of spirit you got.
ain't the stomach touching your back with your behind getting ravaged on that damn street.
Right.
That shit,
Oh,
Yeah, because you walking by yourself.
Yep.
No husband, no nothing, no head.
And remember, they said they're independent. They could do battle by themselves.
Well, that's the majority of our women.
Keep that energy. Like all that, man. Keep that energy. Keep that energy. Keep that same energy. We all have troubles. Really kick in. I'm a spiritual being. We'll see how they gonna work out for you.
And that's why you always bring that word out, and that should be on a t-shirt, sodish. You know, these people are sodish, man.
Somebody walk the street. Hey, what does that word sodish mean? Turn around and read it. We got right there. A lot of people are sodish. What do you mean by that? Turn around and read it. Stupid.
Yeah, man. Start making t-shirts.
But the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered.
So you don't even know.
Yeah, you don't even know, man. Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you don't even know your spirit making intercession.
Yep.
You wake up in the morning, your back hurting and shit. You be like, damn, bro. Like, you know, you sit up, you know, you might be rushing out the house.
Yep.
You know, you might not have time to pray. Well, the spirit made intercession for you.
Yep. Beautiful.
And he that searches the heart knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit.
Yeah, man. When you go into that word heart, it means law, it means mind in the Hebrew. So the spirit, it searches everything, man. You know, and that's what we come in. We come out here on the highways, the byways, and the hedges. We coming through the spirit, man. You know, because carnally, if we didn't think, we wouldn't have been out here, man. You know, the spirit got us out here. You know, got us out here on the highways, the byways, and the hedges, because something moved us that we needed to come out here, man. And that's the spirit.
Because he maketh intercessions for the saints according to the will of God. 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the calling or that called according to his purpose.
Yeah, man, called according to his purpose, man. And this is the purpose right here. All right, getting to the highways, byways, and the hedges, going into the precept that we brought out earlier. You know, once this word is pushed around the four corners of the earth, then the end shall come. We waiting for the end to come. That's why we doing this work, man. Because we want Yahweh Shema Shah, all right, to come back and set judgment upon this place. Because we go into all the wickedness going on, man. We be in that spirit a lot. You know, we vexed every day by the filthy conversation. You hearing another Jake talking about sleeping with another man's woman, and you in the truth. You know, you vexed, man. Like, damn, man, our people need salvation. You know, when you hear him say Jesus Christ, it's like taking your hand and just rubbing it across a chalkboard, man. You know, you hate hearing that because you know that his name is Yahweh Shah. And these people don't get it, man, because the Lord put that slumber and sleep on them, that gross darkness, you know? So you want salvation, you want to get the hell up out of here, man. You know, so you can see all Israel righteous, everybody in their right state of mind.
Right.
You know, having the laws and the statutes written in their inward parts, man. Getting that heart of flesh and taking out that stony heart, you know?
That was a long hour there.
Yep. Hey, get Romans 9. I think it's what it is.
You go ahead.
No, get Hebrews 11 and start at 6. No, start at 1. Hebrews 11 and 1. Bring it on.
Hebrews 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Yeah, man, because we don't see the kingdom. We don't see Yahushua coming back and delivering the hope for elect. All right? We don't see these things, man. But, hey, we hope for them. We hope that, hey, man, hey, as long as we doing this work, we doing what is pleasing unto the Lord, hey, he's going to say, hey, in my servant I am well pleased. And you're going to get that salvation. You're going to get delivered. You know? Hey, that's having faith. That's having faith in Yahweh Shema Shah. Because hey, brother, I know you got faith. You know, if you come out here to the highways and byways and hedges, you know Yahweh Shema Shah is going to hold his end of the bargain. You know, because he's not a man that he should lie. You know, we believe that the Heavenly Father is going to do what he's supposed to, man. That's having that faith.
Yep.
Verse 2. It says, For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of Yahweh, so that the things which are seen were not made of the things which do appear. By faith Abel offered unto Yahweh a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, which he obtained witness that he was righteous.
Ooh, he obtained that he was righteous. And that's what we doing now. We giving up a better sacrifice than 2/3 of our people. We giving a better sacrifice than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. This is sacrifice what the Lord wants. All right, this is what he wants you to do. Come out to the highways, the byways, and the hedges, all right, and do the work. You know, be those watchmen standing upon that wall. When you go into a watchman got a beautiful job because he's the one watching and see when danger's coming. He's the one watching and see when the enemy is coming, where the snares and the traps are going to be laid at. And he warned them. He get all that information and get what he do. He go back and he warn the people, man. He go back and let them know the kingdom is about to be besieged by the enemy. You know, and that's what we doing.
It says, Yahweh testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaking. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death.
Yeah, and that's the mindset that we should have. When you go back to the account of Enoch, Enoch was the first deliverance of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, because Enoch got taken up. He got delivered. And that's what we want, man. We coming in the same state as Enoch. We walking with the Lord. Then Enoch walked with the Lord. You know, that's what we doing. We walking with the Lord because we keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yep.
All right?
I believe that's what his name is.
Yup.
To walk with the Lord.
Yup.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and was not found because Yahweh had translated him, for before his translation he had this testimony, that he pleased Yahweh.
Woo, that he pleased Yahweh. And that's what we want. You know, we fighting this fight for the Lord to see, hey, I'm pleased, I'm happy. You know, my son, he did the work. You know, and so now I'm out delivering. There's no greater feeling to your father to tell you that I'm pleased with you. That I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great feeling, and we about to get that. Lord willing, we're part of them, and we're gonna get that from the Father of all fathers,
That's right.
the Almighty.
Yep.
You know.
It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is.
Yeah, you must believe that he is, and like we said last count, that's his name, Yahweh. He is, he exists. Okay. And you got to believe that he is. You got to believe that, hey, Yahweh Shema Shah can do everything. All things with the Lord are possible. You got to believe that, man. When Peter walked out on the water, he almost did it till he started thinking about it. You know, so you can do anything if you put your faith in Yahweh Shema Shah. You know, because we're gonna have to step out on a faith that this world had never seen before, and a faith that we never knew we had before. You You know, because when Esau roll in on us, man, hey, you really going to have to be rooted in that faith. You know, we seen a little inkling of it in the C-19, but we really about to see that whole storm coming.
Oh, yeah.
It says, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Woo, and that's what we doing. We diligently seeking Yahweh Shema Shah. Every day we wake up in the morning, we calling unto the Lord. We might be working out and we say, dang, Lord, we ready to get up out of here. You know, you might be going to sleep and you like, dang, man, I'm tired of this everyday same old hamster wheel. You know, we constantly seeking the Lord, even when we doing our studies, even when we praying, all right? When we doing videos, you know, we constantly seeking the Lord, man. We constantly trying to get that knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You know, that's all I had. Let y'all brothers hold it something, you know, for now. All right, hey, so with that, we're going to end off by giving all the praise and all the glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect around the four corners of the earth that are making their calling and election sure. Shalom.
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 Oh.
Bob. Beautiful.